How Rainbow Dash Stole Winter. Written by Fields of Forever. Every pony down in Ponyville liked winter a lot, but Rainbow Dash, who lived just above Ponyville, did not. Dash hated winter, the whole entire season. Please don't ask why. No pony quite knows the reason. It could be her head wasn't screwed on just right. It could have been perhaps that her horseshoes were nailed on too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all was that her pet turtle Tank would hibernate through it all. But, whatever the reason, her head or her shoes, she sat on a cloud, hating the news, staring down at the lighted windows below in their town. She knew that every pony down in Ponyville beneath was busy now hanging icicles with magic and teeth.
And they're bringing in clouds!
She snarled with a twitch of her ear.
Tomorrow's winter! It's practically here!
Then she growled with her forehooves nervously stomping.
I must find a way to stop winter from coming!
For tomorrow she knew all the weather ponies would wake bright and early. They'd fly for their snow clouds, and then, oh, the snow, the cold, and more snow. The one thing that would make her friend fall asleep was the cold, cold, cold snow. Then the other ponies, the young and the old, would say it's normal for a turtle to sleep through it all. And then they'd go off and play, and they'd play, and they'd play, and they'd play, 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 play. They'd play with their dog, or they'd play with owl, alligator, or their cat. It was very unfair, and she just could not stand that. She had so many primo plans for her and her pet. The thought of doing them alone made her rather upset. They were going to build snow ponies and start snowball fights, snuggle up by the fire, and sip hot cider at night. Then later they'd go and see the Heartswarming Eve play, and then on the way back at the end of the day, they would likely start singing. It was often the way. They'd sing, and they'd sing, and they'd sing, 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 sing. And the more that Dash thought that they did not get to sing, the more she thought,
I must stop this whole thing. I want my friend with me the whole year round, so I must stop this winter from coming. But how?
Then she got an idea. An awful idea. Rainbow Dash got a wonderfully awful idea.
I know just what to do, said Rainbow with a smirk. I'll get rid of the clouds. That's bound to work.
So off she flew as fast as she could to get rid of the clouds, no matter what it took. She started by moving or destroying the clouds. No pony noticed they were arguing too loud. She hid all the clouds in a tree in the forest, stuffed them all in like old clothes in a closet. Next, she broke the ice on all the puddles, then hid all the skies, which left ponies befuddled. She flew the birds back north and cleared more clouds from the sky, then set up a sunbathing place and relaxed with a sigh. But before her and Tank could get into the zone, it started to snow, and she looked up with a groan. Ugh. She flew up above to see what was what. A group of Pegasi was the sight that she got. So to stop it from snowing, she had a good plan. She got them moving the snow in circles back to where it began. Then she got a magnifying glass to warm things back up. She shined it on Tank, and he soon woke back up. But no matter how hard that she tried, more clouds were brought back. Her will they defied. In the end, she decided to take drastic measures. She'd stop the weather factory. Now that plan was clever. So up to Cloudsdale she and Tank flew. Have you ever seen a turtle fly? It's a sight, I tell you. Quietly through Cloudsdale, she sneakily snuck all the way to the factory and then had some luck. All the workers were gone, to lunch it would seem.
Well, that's good. I'm less likely to be seen.
All through the factory, she looked high and low until she found the right room titled Winter and Snow. She started with snowflakes, then moved on to the clouds, but she needed something bigger, some way, somehow. And then she saw it, the big water tank.
If there's no water, then there's no snow. And if there's no snow, winter will just have to go.
And then, with far too much glee, she pulled out the water pipes 1, 2, and 3.
And there goes winter, all down the drain,
she said to herself with a flick of her mane. While off to the side, Tank had got in some trouble. He jammed up a fan. Now leaves even me rather befuddled. Thanks to wacky wind from the fan, Tank hit a door that opened with a bang. And out of that door came a huge gust of wind, which blew poor Rainbow into a room she did find, that stored all the lightning bolts and things of that kind. One of those containers that held such a bolt fell to the floor and gave Rainbow a jolt. Across the room she did gingerly fly and hit the controls to go from standby. Into the broken machine, Rainbow got sucked. Luckily, though, it was through a cloud duct. Through machine, she bumped and she banged. Into a big snowball, she was forcefully jammed. While down in Ponyville, a group of 5 friends was thinking of ways Rainbow's hate they could cleanse. "What's going up there, do you reckon?" To which Twilight's reply was already forthcoming.
"Prepare yourselves, every pony. Winter is coming."
Then through the air a huge snowball did fly and covered the whole town in snow in the blink of an eye. Later that day, when it had all settled down, the friends went to cheer up Dash, who lay in a bed with a frown.
"Knock, knock,"
said Pinkie, walking in through a wall.
"How are you feeling? You worried us all."
"Whatever, you guys. I'm not in the mood," Rainbow Dash said, with a wave of her hooves.
"She looks so sad. Just what will we do?"
"I don't know, Rarity. To this problem I'm new." "Buck up, Sugarcube. You're not acting like yourself."
"She's right, Rainbow Dash. This is bad for your health." "Let me handle this. Rainbow Dash, your winter will be petless. This is simply a fact, no matter how loud your protest is."
Hearing this, poor Dash burst into tears.
"Fluttershy, why did you do that?"
said Rarity with a pout.
"Because she'll never get over it if she doesn't let it all out."
And so Rainbow cried, she whined and bawled, she howled and she whimpered, she sniveled and mewed. Seeing their friends so down in the dumps, 3 of the others became crying lumps. The only ones left not teary-eyed were Twilight and Applejack, but she cried on the inside. After a minuet of howling and crying, she got out of bed, sniffling and sighing.
"I feel better. Really, I do. Thanks, every pony. Without you, I don't know what I'd do."
Later that day, down in the woods by the lake, Rainbow and her friends stood with Tank barely awake.
Okay, girls, he's ready to go. Anything to say before he sleeps under the snow?
From all the mares, well wishes were offered, as Tink buried himself with dirt and snow until he was covered.
Well, do you want to come play?
Asked Twilight as she was walking away.
I'm going to hang here and read him a bit,
Rainbow said as she took out a book and began to sit. After the book, she went off with her friends for a while.
I guess winter won't be as bad as I thought,
she said with a smile.